Hello, peace everyone. I hope this video finds you well. My name is Karma and welcome to day 1 of our 7-day chakra healing. Every single day for the next week, we are going to be committing to doing yoga with the intention of healing our bodies through our energy centers. And every day we're going to be focusing on a different chakra. Today we're focusing on our root chakra, which deals with security, safety, and essentially groundedness. And from the next day, we're going to work our way up all the way to our crown chakra. So whenever you're ready, please grab a seat on your mat, either sitting or laying down, and we'll get started with our practice. So wherever you are, whether you are laying down or sitting down, just allow your eyes to get heavy until they close. And taking a deep inhale, filling up your lungs, chest, belly, and hold at the top, and exhaling, releasing any stagnant energy you may be feeling. Once again, taking a deep inhale, filling up your lungs, chest, belly, and hold, and exhaling. And taking one more breath just like that. Inhaling, filling up your lungs, chest, belly, and hold. And exhaling, releasing all stagnant energy that we no longer need for our practice. And continue these breaths on your own time. And with each inhale, we're inhaling love and safety. With each exhale, we are releasing any fear that we may be holding on to. Sink deeper into the ground beneath you. And trusting that no matter who you are, where you are, what your circumstances are, you are safe to be vulnerable in our practice today. Continuing to hold on to these breaths, assuring that this is our anchor for our practice. We always have our breath to come back to. Wherever you are in your cycle, just exhaling that breath, and we're going to inhale all together, taking one last deep breath, filling up our lungs, chest, belly, and hold, and exhaling. At the very end of that exhale, you can go ahead and open your eyes here, slowly coming back into the space, and on your own time you can meet me at a tabletop position. Taking as much time as you need to get here. It's not a race. Pressing our hands into the earth and our knees and shins into the earth as well. Going to be beginning with a couple cat-cows. So inhaling as we arch our back in a cat, and exhaling into cow. Taking an inhale, cat, and exhale, cow. And taking a couple more of these on your own time. You can feel free to switch up the breathing patterns here. So maybe inhaling as we do cow and exhaling as we do cat. Always incorporating our breath with our physical practice. knowing that one cannot exist without the other, and our breath is always interconnected with our physical body. Whenever you're ready, you can meet me back in a neutral tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes underneath us and press our hands into the earth as we raise our knees up off of the mat about 2 inches, taking 2 breaths here. And releasing your knees back down onto the mat. You can shake out your feet back behind you, and whenever you're ready, repeating this. So tucking your toes underneath you and lifting up your knees about 2 inches. And exhale as you release your knees back down onto the mat. Good. So continuing to press your hands into the earth, we're going to tuck our toes underneath us one last time and shifting our hips up into the heavens, creating our first downward dog of the day. You can go ahead and walk your feet out, getting a stretch in your arches. And just making sure that our shoulders are pressing away from our ears. And once you're done walking your feet out, you can meet me in a neutral downward dog, rooting our heels into the earth while lifting our hips up into the heavens, stabilizing this pose for ourselves. And from here, we're going to step our right foot through in between our hands and lowering down onto our left knee, coming into low lunge. And you have the choice to stay here with both hands on either side of that right foot, or you can go ahead and lift yourself up, grabbing a hold of that right knee. Allowing your hips to sink deeper into the earth underneath you. And placing both hands on either side of that right foot and stepping that right leg back, meeting your left foot in a downward dog. And whenever you're ready, stepping that left foot through now and lowering down onto that right knee, coming into low lunge on the other side. And once again, you have the choice to stay here, or you can lift yourself up to place your hands on that left knee. And wherever you are, allowing gravity to sink you closer to the earth, closer to your mat. And placing both hands on either side of that left foot now, and stepping that left foot back to meet the right in your downward dog. Now walking our feet up to meet our hands, coming into forward fold. You have the choice to either keep your hands planted on the earth or on your shins, or you can grab a hold of your elbows and maybe slightly bending your knees and swinging side to side in ragdoll. You can release the bind of your elbows And we're going to walk our feet out about mat width distance apart and lower our hips all the way down into our mat, coming into garland pose, malasana. You have the choice to keep your hands planted on your mat, or you can bring them directly in front of you in prayer position in front of your heart center. You can use your elbows to press your knees out away from you. And feel free to close your eyes here. Placing our hands back down onto the mat if they're not there already, and lifting our hips up, turning our feet forward, and returning to forward fold. Not staying here for too long, we're going to bend our knees generously and reach all the way up into the heavens. Inhale and exhale, releasing your hands right beside you, coming into mountain pose. Taking a moment here in mountain pose, we can close our eyes for just a moment and reminding ourselves of the importance of our breath, remembering that it is the anchor that sinks us deeper into our practice. You can imagine roots beginning from the bottoms of your feet and latching on to the soil beneath you, rooting you into the physical now, into right here in this practice, right now in this place, space, and time. Taking a deep inhale, filling up your lungs, chest, belly, and exhale, releasing it and opening your eyes once again. Placing our hands on our hips now, stepping one leg back, coming into a wide-legged stance, making sure that both toes are pointing towards the side of our mat here. And we're going to hinge from our hips, coming into a forward fold. We have the choice to keep our hands right where they are on our hips, or we can release them down onto the earth, whatever feels right for you. Grasping our hands back behind us, allowing gravity to pull our arms down up and over our head here. And releasing that bind of those arms back down onto the mat. We're going to bend that right leg all the way down, making sure that our left leg stays completely straight. And also making sure that left knee is facing up towards the ceiling. And you have the choice to keep your hands where they are on the mat, or you can lift them up into a prayer pose right in front of your heart space. Our goal here is to create a straight line from the tip of our head, from our crown chakra, all the way down to our root chakra, from the bottom of our spine. Taking one more deep breath here, inhaling and exhaling. You can release your hands to come back onto the mat and lift yourself back up into a wide-legged forward fold. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and bend that left knee, reversing this pose on the other side, making sure that right knee is facing the ceiling. and lowering our hands back down onto the earth, shifting our hips up, coming back into a wide-legged forward fold. Placing our hands back on our hips now, we're going to bend our knees slightly and roll up our spine one vertebrae at a time. Taking it very slowly, very mindfully. And once you reach the very top, we're going to inhale with our arms up over our head. And exhale, releasing, coming into goddess pose. So bending our elbows and bending our knees at a 90-degree angle. Feeling grounded in this pose, planting ourselves very firmly on the space beneath us. Taking one deep breath here. And exhaling. Good. One more time, taking a deep inhale, filling up our lungs, chest, belly, and hold. And exhale into a forward fold. Placing our hands back onto our hips now, bending our legs slightly and rolling up our spine one vertebrae at a time. Taking as much time as we need to reach the very top. And using our arms, we're going to inhale all the way up into the heavens. And exhale, release, coming into goddess pose. Opening up our entire front side of our body and the back side of our body. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale. Taking one more deep inhale, filling up your lungs, chest, belly, and hold. And exhale, releasing down into forward fold. Beautiful. Now from our forward fold, we're going to walk our feet together about hips width distance apart. And bending your knees generously and using your arms to reach all the way up into the heavens, creating prayer pose with your hands. Inhale and exhale, Samastitihi, coming into mountain pose. You can lower your arms right beside you and lower your eyes as well. We've come to the end of our practice, and all I ask is that you repeat these affirmations either out loud or in your head. I am earth. I am connected. I am safe. Taking one last deep breath into these affirmations, absorbing the truth. And exhale, opening your eyes, coming back into the space, and returning to your life with a new, profound way of living. We are grounded now. We are here. We are secure. And we know our place in this life. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope this video served you well. Enjoy the rest of your day with your feet planted into the earth and with your head held up high, knowing that we are exactly where we need to be, right here, right now. Have a beautiful day.